Baby, is this love for real? Let me in your arms to feel the beating of your heart, baby. The beating of your heart, baby. You are nothing to do with me.
Hello and welcome to the Gamerlife Podcast. My name is Nick, or my gamertag on Xbox Live is #01. The website for my podcast in my blog is gamerlifeblog.com. Hello and welcome, and thank you for watching the Gamerlife Podcast. This is Gamerlife Podcast episode number 3. On today's episode, I will talk about Crackdown, a little bit about new 360 I heard about, connection issues. When people have connection issues, what should they do? I'll give you some information on what you should do if you have connection issues, or if somebody else, when you're playing with online, has connection issues. I'm going to talk a little about Windows Vista, games for Windows. Those are things that I think are going to be interesting upcoming, and one of them is already out right now, Windows Vista, which starts at a pretty reasonable price, and then goes all the way up there to the Ultimate Edition. But first off, let's get rolling right into things. Crackdown. I bought the game. I pre-ordered it. Was it for Halo 3 beta invite, or was it for the game itself? I think it was a little bit of both. I wasn't really expecting much for Crackdown, but then when I played that demo, I was like, wow, this game is better than like Grand Theft Auto, and mainly you got the online co-op. That's the thing that kind of stands out. I've already beat the game, I know I've experienced a lot in the game, and I think that it's kind of short, but it has a lot of replay value because you can level up your character in a couple different areas once you've already beaten the game. And I should let everyone know that I have had connection error issues when I was playing online with other people. I would just be playing, and then it would just kind of do this kind of disconnected, other player disconnected kind of error would pop up in this green box, and I didn't know what it was, but I'm hoping they'll patch that. And another issue that's really weird with this game is, like, say for instance you have to fight a boss, so you'll go into the boss area and you'll be like, yeah, I just fought him, or he was just there like a minute ago. That whole area will be clear. There won't be any guys there, and you'll be like, what the heck? So what I have to do is I kind of let's say for instance that you're inside the area where the boss is. You kind of come outside the area, and what I think the reason I think that this glitch, or maybe it's not a glitch, the reason that this happens is because your co-op online teammate is out of the area of where that boss is, so it didn't spawn that boss or the gang members that work for the boss in the game. So what happens is that nobody's there. So that's kind of a glitch in the game, and they should fix that. But maybe it isn't a glitch. Maybe it's just part of the game. Maybe that's what they wanted to do. But yeah, I mean, it's slower skill progression than in the demo, which was they stated that. But let me tell you, man, when you get your driving abilities up to 4 stars, it's a lot of fun because they have added features to the vehicles for when you get to the 4-star rank, which I don't want to spoil what happens when you get to that level 4-star. But first of all, if you haven't bought the game, I'd say if you're even a little bit excited about Halo 3, that this game is worth the purchase. I don't know if it's actually worth $60, but when you factor in Halo 3 beta, it kind of bumps the value up a little bit, in my personal opinion on that. So, I didn't really have a try. I played for the most part on the medium difficulty. I believe that was Ruthless was the difficulty setting, and I think that's about what everyone else should play at, because the tough difficulty setting was a little too easy, and it's like you'll be around a lot of enemies, and it's really easy to kill them, and they don't hurt you that much. So I recommend kind of setting it at the medium bar and giving yourself, for some players that might not be very good at these kind of games, challenging yourself a little bit and setting the bar up and doing a bit of medium difficulty level setting. So this game, I mean, for me, I've noticed, I read on, I think it was on IGN, that they said that like when the bad guys were dead, that your targeting system that you kind of had a problem where you're targeting the dead guy. I mean, okay, let me be honest with you here. That's not really that big of a problem. If you're really good at kind of switching the targeting, you can kind of get out of that mode. And it's only like that half-second, issue. So it wouldn't really dock points down in my issue. I mean, my main concern with the game is I'd kind of like to see them fancy up the graphics a little bit, kind of like they did when they went from Wind Waker to the next Zelda. I'm hoping that they do that with Crackdown as they go with regular graphics for the next game. But, if they go cel-shaded, I'd still probably get it because it's a lot of fun. But I'd really like to see that game with more than 2 players online and better graphics. I think that's where that game would excel. But I think I don't want to give away the ending. But I was going to say that part of the ending kind of gives away, I think, for the second game, which are the fact that there will be a sequel. Kind of like Gears of War, if you've beaten that game, which I have, it kind of leads you on to know that there'll be a sequel. And I think it's pretty obvious that Crackdown, if you've seen the ending, there'll probably be a sequel to that game. Okay, so let's go on to the next thing I want to talk about, connection issues. So what do I mean by connection issues? When I'm talking about connection issues, I'm talking about when you're in a game and either you or the other player are having issues which affect your game experience. So let's cover the basics. Okay, so let's focus on the other person in your game. So or maybe even you. Let's say that you got a computer on. You got a PT2P running, which is like LimeWire or a torrent program. And let's not talk about what you're doing by downloading it. And I think that it should all be legal. Okay, there should be legal files you're downloading. I'm saying. Okay, so anyways, let's take that in mind that you're actually downloading files that you should be downloading on a P2P program. And what's the issue? The issue is that usually some of these programs, you're using too much upload bandwidth that you need for the Xbox Live servers for connecting. So what you want to do is you want to go into the program settings and set the upload, fix it at a lower rate than what it is, or turn it off altogether in order to improve your connection when you're online gaming. Also, sometimes you might have to just turn your buddy's computer off and then it'll fix your internet connection. Sometimes you also have a thing about, if you have wireless connection, try going into the wireless blade on the 360. There should be a connection bar, and make sure that you're in the green when you're connecting to somebody else wirelessly or hosting a game, because I believe that latency can be increased if your connection is poor over wireless from your router.